It's NBA action on EA Sports. Alongside the former Chicago Bulls guard, Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. And Jay, I know this takes you back.
Ed, there's no better feeling this time of year than hearing sneakers squeak on the court and seeing guys get a good lather while they're getting ready for battle.
It's that pregame feeling, and now it's the opening tip. To Porzingis. Ah, the monster stuff.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Jose Calderon against George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Beyond the arc for three, and he buries it.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Gobert. Cashes in for two.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Rudy Gobert sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun.
4-3. His first effort off the mark. From long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. To Porzingis. For three. Not that time. To Alonzo Trier. Has a look. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
Fires the three. Well defended. To George. The offense a little too quick on that one.
New York.
Flushes it home.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Paul George. Fires the three. Not going down here. Going to launch beyond the arc. Well, their first three, and they're right back in it within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those that dropped earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, you got it.
The screen sets him up for two.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
It goes down.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Jose Calderon matched up with Paul George. Knocked loose. Taken by the Wolves. George. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good.
Here we go. My ball. Oh, that should have been out of bounds.
Short jumper off the mark. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Lets it fly from long range. It's rebounded by Gobert. To Paul George. Porzingis.
Yeah, I know.
Goes reverse to lay it in. Now their head coach signals for a timeout. He'll get his crew together and talk it all through. New blood coming in for both sides.
I think I got, what's that, man? I don't know about that.
To Joe Ingles.
Got beat. That's what I got, man.
I told you the screen was coming.
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4.
Hell no.
Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot for Joe Ingles. No good. That's out. Last touch by Joe Ingles. It'll stay with Minnesota.
We got some shooters. I know Joe Ingles is a shooter.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
He about to do Gary Tate like that.
To Joe Ingles. Trying to cash in. Wide open look won't go.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
And stuffs it home. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Good D. Let's go, Iggy. Iggy standing in the ball.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. The Timberwolves have the lead.
He can't even change the game up. I might put him on Calderon. Besides Calderon,
One quarter of the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Gets a look. Can't hit. George. To Porzingis. Oh, had him going there for a second. Knocked loose. Wolves have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That won't go. Jamal Murray. Tough matchup against George. Knocked loose. Got it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Murray with the basketball. We're a minute into the second quarter.
Don't worry about him. There you go. Don't worry about him.
Beyond the arc for 3. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Murray into the front court. 5-point game.
See some Joe Johnson. I'm like, Joe Johnson looks changed.
And scores.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
That'll get out of bounds off one of the T-Wolves. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Jose Calderon against George. 4-3 and drains it. Has a chance. Gets a shot up off the mark. He wants it at the rim and scores.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Paul George from long range. It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for 3.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Strong finisher, Paul George.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
I'll slow it down. I should do it more.
Screen coming up, screen coming up.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Time for some new personnel into the game. To Gobert. And finishes strong.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
For 3, that's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And they call the foul. Off the breeze there, Jack.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Yeah, he's gonna take him out.
Deep right corner. Fires the 3. That out of his range and no good. Porzingis. Fires the 3. Knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Ed, body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
3-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. We get a whistle and a timeout as they take a moment to talk things over. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Jose Calderon matched up with Iguodala. And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
First free throw is good. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Going to launch beyond the arc. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Let's go, baby.
Lets it fly from long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Here's a chance from long range. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Oh, a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both.
He shouldn't got no Denver niggas on this team. What he gonna do? He better not quit, man. Oh, he quit. Oh, ass nigga. Why he quit? It wasn't even a close game. He gave up. See if I can.
I beg man, shut up.
I don't even know his fucking thing, man.
Let me see you, darling.
See, I want to play it, man.
My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. I love the weekend, love the weekend. Girls up, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, love the weekend. Girls up, now bet you can. I love the weekend, love the weekend. Girls up, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, love the weekend. Girls up, now bet you can. My mom is said I could be anybody. I said I want more money than no money. Break bread with that guy who made the Bugatti. Lifestyle is get money, but everybody. Painting wife, go money to something. Pang, pang. One who understands why I'm always. Who told you I can't handle my visit? You're on the floor, still holding my visit. Gonna be talking. Yeah, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Gaza. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Gaza. Now bet you go. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Gaza. Let me see you, darling. Love the weekend. Love the weekend. Gaza. Now bet you go. 9 to 5, looking like my hobby. I'm living life like a Marvel movie. Stay alive, say hi to my take a ride, let's go on my why you surprised?
We come to you live on EA Sports, and it's a Windy City special in the booth. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls. The Celtics control the tap. Trying to cash in. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Paul George to Porzingis. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Porzingis. George gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Has a look. Deep two there. Won't go. Paul George. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Celtics have it. Can't connect.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
And they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Get in there. PG, get in there.
Shot from the lane won't go. Augustine with it up top. Down 2. George. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Augustine, tough matchup against George. To Beal. And the finish. Okay, it counts for 2, but that was pretty.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Paul George. Kawhi Leonard swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Get in there, Gobert.
Almost unlucky bounce.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
And he throws it down. Nuclear from Blake Griffin.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
And he buries it.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Leonard. Cleans it up. Offensive board. To Leonard. With a drop step. Kawhi Leonard, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Let's play deep, play deep, play deep.
Here comes the screen.
Pick.
Nice finish at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Beal. Value practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now their head coach signals for a timeout. He'll get his crew together and talk it all through. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes. From long range, where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
Short jumper misses. LeBron into the front court. It's 14-12. And the basket good at the rim.
No. See, this is where I lose my mind. If you have that height, you got to throw that one down with authority. Send a message.
Pass taken away by the Celtics. With a drop step. From the painted area, won't go down. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. First quarter is complete with the Celtics in front. First quarter down as we get ready to start the second. Boy, you talk about offensive efficiency, it was really high.
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
Block shot.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
It's James controlling the offense. To Rose. Derrick Rose. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Now their head coach signals for a timeout. They'll regroup before the action continues. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Paul George to Gobert. Easy path to the rim.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession.
Rose against Paul George. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw up the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Derrick Rose against George. Derrick Rose, he is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable. Oh, denied! As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To George. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's...
Flushes down the slam. Ah, Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Goes to the right side. For 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. The follow won't go either.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chippy.
And a pass stolen by Boston.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Beal. Has a chance. Rose's shot off the iron, no good. To Paul George. Had a chance, but it's no good. Throws it up. George. To Porzingis. James tosses. Flushes down the slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
LeBron into the front court. His team on top by 8. Knocked loose. Plays like that could turn a game around. Paul George over to the right side. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. James into the front court. Under a minute to go. Flushes down the slam.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
We get a whistle and a timeout as they'll get a minute to regroup and talk things over. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
In the front court, it's Augustine. It's an 8-point lead. Trying to cash in. Won't go.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Bradley Beal. He's 2 for 2 now.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Iguodala here against Jeremy Grant. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Here comes the screen. Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Celtics have the lead. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. The monster stuff. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ballgame.
Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Here comes the screen. To Porzingis. And draws the contact. So, Rudy Gobert going to the line for 2 shots.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
First one goes down. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Here's a chance from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Porzingis. KB. Kristaps Porzingis. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
And your big is the one making that happen. Every time he's involved in a PNR, he's slipping it, forcing that guy from the weak side to come down and help. Quick skip passes equal threes in the bank.
Looking to take this all the way. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Has a look. And the rebound taken by the big Frenchman, Gobert. George up against Beal. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets it in the left corner. Porzingis knocks it down.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Timeout Boston as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Changes coming from both sides right now. And finishes strong.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
To Porzingis. Whoa! What a finish!
As a defender with inferior athletic ability, there's really not a lot you can do when you're outside the restricted area and you're caught lost in space.
Anthony Davis. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Iguodala against the former MVP. To Gobert. Free throws coming up.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Rudy Gobert, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. To Beal. Bradley Beal, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready.
I thought he gained even close to the next time.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Iguodala picked up by Derrick Rose. Five on the shot clock to Gobert. Has a chance. Shot for Gobert won't fall.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Gobert.
Oh, I didn't know that was Rudy Gobert. I'm dribbling him like that fucking...
Boston with the basketball. Sets him up.
Good D.
Fires the three. Knocks it down.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
Rose. With a drop step. Goes reverse to lay it in. Iguodala to bring it up. Less than a minute to go. In the crossover. Gets inside and the slam dunk. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
Got it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Iguodala to bring it up. Leads just a point. And abuses the rim with the slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Celtics have it. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can run.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Rudy Gobert with a piece. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks it down from three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
With a drop step. LeBron James. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Let's go, baby.
It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth quarter. And things went off the rails for them a bit in that third quarter as they watched their lead completely evaporate.
And then some. Now they find themselves behind.
Down to Griffin. Throws it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you.
Vince Carter to Porzingis. Deep right corner. George. Boston secures the rebound. Leonard. Great look and vision with a drop step. And he throws it down. Rudy Gobert with the slam.
The true measure of Rudy Gobert comes on the defensive end. He was all-NBA defensive first team and was tied for the lowest opponent field goal percentage at 43%. You ain't getting by that.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
The difference is going to be the best player on the court. He's a guy that you have to trust in. He has to get the ball. And sometimes as a coach, you need to let go and let your best players do what they do.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Celtics have it. Derrick Rose against the former Finals MVP. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. With a drop step. Anthony Davis. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
LeBron with it up top. The deficit is 6. And they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number
Griffin. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Nothing going here on that drive. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Fires the 3, and he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I'm pretty sure I saw that move earlier in the game. I can't believe he fell for it again.
Across the timeline comes James. The deficit now up to 5. Slams it down.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Iguodala to bring it up. He'll run the offense. To Gobert. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Rose. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
To Porzingis. Iguodala, guarded by Derrick Rose. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
From a guy who's been there before, tomorrow morning you'll wake up and you would have wished this was a bad dream. But in reality, all you can do is knock the cobwebs off and let it fuel you for tomorrow.
to Gobert. Here comes the screen. Oh, he had him there for a second. Paul George, 4-2 off the mark. Well contested.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kristaps Porzingis. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Rose into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Shot from the lane won't go. Great feed, sets it up. It's Boston with the rebound. To Davis. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
To James. With a drop step. With the basket after a nice drop step. Now their head coach signals for a timeout. He'll get his guys together and talk things over. New blood coming in for both sides. Lets it fly from long range. No good. That's great defense. And takes it away.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
I mean, he had 7 blocks of Wilt Chamberlain. I'm about to buy Wilt Chamberlain right now. I should have won that game, man. I'm disappointed.
Somebody pop all day. Hold up. Somebody on their way. Hold up. I would have grown all day. Hold up. Somebody can't relate.
Black Panther.
Stay down with no faking. Go up. Top down. I've been racing. Go up. While I'm in dangerous. Go up. My crowd in rotation. Yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Wait. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Hold up. The place 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 up. Down. Go to the down. I see cause you know.
Yeah, he won. Fucking choked on the last shot. I was down 1 for 15 seconds. That Jamal Mass going for a 3. I almost had it green and let it go a little too early. I'm about to get this. I'm about to buy this fucking Wilt Chamberlain right now. That's one Wilt Chamberlain. I'll beat him by 20. Wilt Chamberlain just kept stopping me from going to the hole. I'm about to buy him right now. 85. They got a 95 horse. I'm about to buy this. I wonder if it's the Wilt Chamberlain here at 85. I'm about to buy that nigga right now. I want to buy this Ben Wallace, but he's going up to 65. I don't feel like spending on that. Ben Wallace is going to 48. I might buy that baby.
Are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait, are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? The place up, 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 the place up.
Are you on 10 yet? Hold up. Do you have jury on Windex? Woo! 80 my Rolex. Might be back to Ben pseudo coming out. Black on black again. I might go to trim. I've been built to win. I don't exit here. Too much flexing here. Too much bread to get. I've been stretching up. Ain't no catching up. I don't rest enough. I don't plan for luck. I keep working hard. Who keep blessing us? I'm on the 10 and I need a 10. The made of my M a week. December been good to me. Not even Kendrick can humble me. Too rich to go do the lead. Trying to become a way bigger. My teeth is like 10 apiece. TDE family. I got my grades up. I had no backup. I run the check up.
See that dawn. Sorry.
Somebody on 10. In my car and it's sweet like a cat, but they saying they after me. Ain't no one after me, baby mama used to work at the Applebee's. Somebody call my phone, yeah. I'ma send that voicemail. I don't even check my voicemail. Big weight, I'ma need a horse scale. F12 Berlinetta. Like it was shorts in the winter. What turtlenecks in the summer. This is not for beginners, yeah. Went to, came back, went to jail, left jail, went to Benny Hunter, Kenny County. Got the swagger on me. Yeah, different fabric on me. Yeah, different on it. Yeah, married to the game. Yeah, holy matrimony. Yeah, someone stage again. From up to stadium. I took my shot and made it in. Somebody pop all day. Hold up, somebody on their way.
I'm taking my line. They don't know because they don't show you the ratings. I'm about to put my, I just bought this Shaq though. I'm gonna put him in the lineup. I'm about to 85 Shaq. Probably like 80 something.
Hey, Key. You're not turning off, right? Oh, it's saved.
This is the broadcast, man. Alright, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you for coming. Get out.